a mix of audience, but net, I think everybody has the same aim of traveling and creating content which is top notch and which is engaging, which is informative, and that can make us big. So I think that's the agenda of the workshop, and I hope that after this workshop you have something, or the next step is very clear to you, that okay, this is what I have to do after this workshop, and I hope it gives you some clarity. So what I'm going to do is share my screen, and it'll be very helpful if you could give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Okay. Welcome, everybody. I'm so, again, very happy and super excited for this. Well, we'll start off with just understanding a little bit on the industry. Now, a lot of people actually come to us and say that we as influencers or we as content creators, isn't the industry too saturated for you? Well, let me tell you that it's not. It really is not. It is a very big and booming industry, and something which is at a very nascent stage. So we see industries like insurance, banking, e-commerce, and we never questioned how big they would become, right? Then why do you want to question how big we can become? So just to state some stats for you, the market has grown from 1.7 billion in 2016 to 9.6 billion in 2020, and that is huge. We have like a whole new scope and a whole new arena to us to explore, and there are so many things or so many niches that we can crack. So we are all, of course, looking at travel content, but then there are just so many niches that we can crack into this, and there is so much that you can do. Now, why I'm telling you this is because just sharing this personally, when I started off creating content, I took a whiteboard. I remember this scene so clearly. I took a whiteboard and I divided it into two and put in pros and cons. And the biggest pro that I put in on that was, I can do anything. So there is so much scope, and you can become anything, you can create anything, and it's just a whole arena of a lot of creativity that you can put in. So again, like, this is a huge market, and getting into it at this time is a great step. In 2021, it soared to around 13.8 billion, indicating a steady growth. And this year, it is projected to a whooping 16.4 billion. So you can see the stats on the page. And just to also put it across, so, we're only not here to have content creation on the page. A lot of people want to make this as a career. So I have taken this up as a full-time career. And of course, we want some kind of earnings or some kind of, finances out of it to just keep this going. So 93% of marketers actually have used or are using influencer marketing and are expected to increase their spendings as well. So again, like, the market is huge. There's so many things that come into picture, right? We're always looking at, say, when you see Katrina Kaif branding or Alia Bhatt branding, you do not question them. You trust them into the process that, okay, the product would be legit. And that similarly comes to us when we put in like travel accessory brands or maybe sky bags or any other product that we're putting across. Border Tribe as a travel accessory brand, or we're collaborating with Travel Buddy. So all of these are legit products, and it really depends on who you want to connect with and who you want to market. And it is true that most of the companies today are actually using influencer marketing, and this is a huge market. And to just highlight, micro influencers are actually making a big impact. Now, I'll tell you why. So I was speaking to a few brands, a few days earlier, and what they told me actually was that we're looking out at micro influencers more than we look at, macro or like, huge influencers with like 1 million or 2 million. Firstly, they charge huge amount of, money to get branding into picture. Although micro influencers, and they don't work as hard. So micro influencers, because we are constantly at a nascent stage and we have so much to do, we are new in the process, we put in a lot of hard work to just create great content, and that appeals to the brand. So this being said, it is something that you should look up to. And even if you haven't taken the first step, or if you have taken the first step, it is a great decision, because there is so much scope into it, and this is going to be a big industry. Honestly, it is so big that we have influencer tax economy as of now, and it is something that will be stabilizing in the future. So congratulations to each of you actually who have actually taken the plunge and registered for this session, because it shows that you're interested into it and you've taken the first step towards, something like this, which is great. Okay, about the host, I think we've discussed this. I have turned into a digital nomad full time, and I am constantly traveling, trying to explore Southeast Asia, this year. And of course, I've taken up, I have a knack of sports. Like, I like doing adventure sports, surfing, paragliding, snowboarding. All of these things are something that I've picked up. And this is honestly possible because I started creating content. 2 years back, I was just sitting in a small cafe in US, and I posted the first picture on my blog page. And it took me 2 years later to post my first picture on Travel Buddy. But it has become so big right now. I did not imagine that it could have, had this potential. So yeah, that's about me. All right. The first step that we'll get into is finding your niche. Now, why I'm putting this into picture, and this is supremely important. Now, we all, of course, are travel content creators primarily, but then I would still want you to niche down, or just jot down and get a little deeper into the content that you're creating, because travel content has a lot of things into place. So we have creators who are living into vans. That's, I mean, so cool. So like, he's doing something very specific to like caravanning, or driving an RV in whichever country he is. I've seen TIP influencers on going around bicycles, and everybody has such an inspirational story, but maybe somewhere we're lacking in putting it out in the right way. So all of us actually have a niche, and when we try to do everything, honestly, our audience gets confused. And it is important to just narrow that down. And the more you narrow it down, the better engagement, the better your audience perceives you to be. So I'll tell you what, like, as a simple example, I haven't seen anybody paragliding apart from me and Radhika Nomas. So if I wanted to understand about paragliding, I know I would directly go to her. So it's a very straight example that, okay, adventure sports, I can relate to her. If I want fashion influence, then I'd probably go to another creator, maybe that boho girl or whoever. So these are very specific content that they have built around themselves and that you can see on their page. And hence it becomes very easy for your audience to track you down. And hence it is important that you create a niche. Now, when I talk about developing a niche in traveling as well, there are so many things that you can do. So you can do budget travel, you can do motorbiking, caravanning. How do you build a caravan? How can you build a caravan in so much X amount of money? If you're doing hiking, then you would probably just talk about hiking gear, or how to pack your backpack, or what are the right shoes that you should pick up. So there's so much content that you can develop on a particular niche as well. If you're doing only luxury stays, then just, you cannot, I mean, ideally, I would not suggest you to do budget travel and luxury stays together, because it just confuses your audience. And of course, you can do it. Okay, this is your page and you have the creative freedom of expression, but it is something that, I mean, that perceives better for your audience, right? Next one is women solo travel. So that's something that I get into. So that's a lot of, I mean, women solo travel is something that I talk about a lot on my page. So you can check that out, of course. And there are so many other influencers also who talk about this. Nomadism, so digital nomadism. How can you work out of a different place? How can you set up a location independent business? So just getting into a niche and jotting it down. Okay, this is what I am going to be creating specific content on, and I'll be known specifically for this content. I'll be known about cycling from X place to X place. I'll be talking about caravanning from X place to X place, or I'll talk only about US content, or I'll talk only about Europe content. So just jotting it down and sticking to that niche for a certain amount of time really helps to get yourself identified with your audience. And you know what? Don't be scared. The last point that I've written is build it and they will come. Build your content that way, build your page that way, and your audience will find you. Eventually there will be people who relate to you, who will relate to your story, and you need not change your content just because you're not finding your audience. Eventually people are going to find you. So this is something that I read in a book, and that's why I've put this here. Build it and they will come to you. Your audience is going to find you. Right. Okay, starting off with how you can actually capture videos, photos, and what are the gadgets that you require as a fresher. So, a lot of people have this notion that you need very fancy equipment, a lot of investment to just start off with video blogging or just taking pictures, putting, content on different applications. But honestly, that's not what you need. All you need, I would suggest, is invest in a good tripod. Have any phone, literally have, I'm not asking you to buy a fancy phone. Whatever phone you have currently, you can start off with that. So honestly, till now, I've been creating content for over, an year constantly, and I just have my phone and my GoPro, and I usually don't use my GoPro. I use it only for like underwater shots or things like that. But most of the content I just shoot it with my phone, and that's it. So that's because I primarily base myself into short form video content, and that works best. Honestly, you can do long form video content also with your phone, and that also works. So just to start off, I'm asking you this: if you have to start off and you're just wondering what kind of gadgets do I need, you do not require a lot. You need to invest in just a sturdy tripod, have a stable shot. Even if you don't have somebody just to shoot you around, have a stable shot in different places, edit it together, and create something out of it. So it's as simple as that. And it's just about taking the first step. So single and stable shots, if you do not have a good phone or equipment. Face content, it's always better, even if you're a small business owner. So there are businesses around travel as well. And I've seen this like so much, where people are talking about like travel journals, or they're selling travel journals or travel pens or travel mugs. They would just put the product into picture, and there's nothing to relate out of it. And it just becomes very difficult to understand what the brand is trying to do. But it always works better when you come and you show your face to your audience. So considering that we are small business owners, it is all, of course, large brands have a face to them. So hence we're just catering to small business owners. It is better that you come out, show your face, and talk about your business, talk about your brand, and talk about what you're trying to do. That always creates an impact and helps you relate your audience to you. Okay, so that's face content. Use objects, subjects to beautify your content. Just having a little bit of props here and there, smaller props. I'm not talking about like very fancy content. So like something as simple as what I do is I have a flow ribbon. So I would just dance around with the flow ribbon at different places, combine it, transition it, and then create a video out of it. I've hula hooped in different places of Ladakh, and I just created a transition out of it, and it worked. So hula hoops honestly aren't such a big investment to make. One thing that I also want to highlight, like very small props, like you can journal at different places, and any kind of activity that you do, use objects, subjects. A flower is enough. That I mean, that works good as well. One more thing that I would want to add here that I haven't written in the video is light. So just to make you understand on the right lighting, अगर आपके वीडियो पे अच्छी लाइट होती है, आई एम सॉरी इफ इट इज अ लिटिल डार्क, थोड़ा अंधेरा है, मैं करंटली सिंगापुर में बेस्ड हूँ और यहाँ पे रात हो चुकी है. सो इफ देयर इज लिटिल बिट ऑफ लाइट ऑन योर फेस, आई टेल यू व्हाट द राइट वे ऑफ लाइटिंग इज. आपके साइड में 2 लाइट्स हो और पीछे 1 लाइट हो. सो यू शुड आइडियली हैव अ लाइट समवेयर हियर, and that helps. A very small piece of light यहाँ पे and 2 side lights from here is the perfect setting for a good video. So if you're sitting and shooting something, अगर आप बैठ के कहीं पे film कर रहे हो, so it is better to have 2 side lights and 1 backlight. Else, if you're shooting in nature, then just make sure कि आप कहीं पे shadow पे नहीं shoot कर रहे हो, or else you don't have very harsh sunlight on your face. So if the sun is top right here, it's going to create a very black effect. So you rather shoot it somewhere where it gives you like good bright light on your face, and of course a good backdrop, so that your videos automatically they just enhance in quality. All right. Stabilization. So even if you do not have a good phone with a stabilizer, of course all iPhones, all decent phones abhi, they all come with stabilizers, but if you don't have it, your hand works best. Okay, I'm telling you this because even in an iPhone you have to have some kind of stability to move around in a certain way. So you cannot expect a GoPro shot in an iPhone. That is not possible because GoPro has a different stabilization altogether. So when you're taking a running shot, you probably need a gimbal or a different equipment to run and then take that shot, but you do not need that in a GoPro. I can literally surf with a GoPro and the video will be as stable. But agar aapke paas GoPro nahi hai, that's okay. You just work around with your hand in a decent manner and get a stable shot. The more stable your shot, the better it is for your audience to just view and understand ki ho kya raha hai reel mein or ho kya raha hai wo video mein. So it is better to have a stable shot rather than just having a lot of clutter around. All right. Quality. Try to shoot the maximum of your content in 4K 60 FPS. Of course, this is something that you should take care of. And just be video ke liye, ya just be application ke liye aap shoot kar rahe hain, you have to take care that the sizing of your video is correct. If you're doing 9:16 or you're doing 4:3, just read very basic YouTube videos on how you should shoot your content. Just one more thing that you can also add into your camera, it is there in all phones, it is available in all phones, is turn on the grid settings of your phone. So once you have a grid, you will see 9 grids on your camera screen. Once you have 9 grids, you can just place your subject in the middle grid and take a picture. It will come out perfect. Your camera knows how to shoot. It understands what you're trying to take. You just have to give it directions. So turn on the grid settings, make sure that you're shooting in the right frame, have a decent quality, and have transition shots that come into picture. It works best. Simple transition shots, just shoot simple transition shots. So we see so many people putting down their phone, putting a leg on it, and then coming up in a different location altogether. Those are okay, you can do that, it works well, but there are very simple transition shots, say like walking shots, taking your hand out of the camera. That is something that I do a lot. I also put my camera from bottom to top to my face. So that is a very nice transition shot. It shows the bottom and then it shows the sky above. So you're trying to show a little bit of nature. Of course, hum log travel bloggers hain, so we want to show surroundings also around us, right? So very simple, easy transition shots is something that you can consider. Good, clear, and loud audio. I cannot emphasize enough on how much my video qualities have changed जब मैंने उसका audio सही कर दिया है. If you cannot hear what your video is saying, it does not help at all. Honestly, in an age of today, जहाँ पे attention span लोगों का इतना कम है, we hardly listen or we hardly want to hear something also. We just want to keep scrolling. It is a good thing to add captions, of course, that is one thing. But then if you are मतलब अगर कोई 2 मिनट भी आपकी बात सुनने में लग गया ना, it is better that you have a good and clear audio. If you don't have it, honestly, people are just going to move on. So it makes a lot of difference. आप अगर कोई म्यूजिक भी डाल रहे हो या if you're putting a voice over on your audio, just have that clear and speak out loudly. I have done this mistake a lot of times where I have shot for brands with just speaking with a very low volume and it hasn't worked out well for me. मेरे को वो वापस reshoot करना पड़ा. So just have a little bit of higher volume, clarity, speak a little slowly, maybe have that clarity in your audio and it works better. Invest in a sturdy tripod. Of course, I've told you this.
Monika?
Yes.
Shubham, we'll take the questions in the end, bhai. Okay?
I just wanna say, can you speak in the mix of Hindi and English? That is the requirement of many users earlier.
Sure, definitely. I'll take care of it. Thanks, sir. Thank you. Okay, we'll take care of that. मैं हिंदी भी mix करती हूँ थोड़ी. Okay, and a phone can do wonders, right? मैंने आपको बोला, you invest in a sturdy tripod. Just having a basic sturdy tripod, एक normal सा tripod आप Amazon से order कर सकते हैं. It does not cost much. You can get a tripod even in $500 or $700. एंड पुट योर फोन ऑन इट, एक स्टेबल शॉट आप ले एंड डायरेक्टली उसको ट्रांजिशन में कन्वर्ट करें. दैट हेल्प्स यू अ लॉट क्रिएटिंग वीडियोस. ओके, अगेन एक ट्राइपॉड आपको स्टेबिलिटी में भी इंप्रूव करेगा, सो दैट इज समथिंग दैट हेल्प्स यू एज वेल. ओके, okay, I'm just going to stop for 1 second and check with people कि किसी को कोई questions हैं, because maybe I was speaking a lot in English. अगर किसी को यहाँ तक कोई questions हैं, then I'll make sure that the language is combined a little later. If anybody has questions.
Any questions?
I hope it was clear. Yeah. Okay, Paru is
Yeah, I
nodding.
think we should. I think we should just continue. All clear. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. All right. अब हम डिस्कस करेंगे types of content. What are the different kinds of content that we can create? I would divide this into 3 major categories. The first 3 rows मैंने लिखी हैं, I wanted to just focus on that currently. The first one being hero content. Now, this is something जो आपको बहुत टाइम लगेगा क्रिएट करने में. This is the highlight of your blog or the highlight of what you are creating. It is something जो बहुत large scale of audience को cater करेगा. It is supremely high on quality and जब आप इसको बनाते हो, then इसमें आपको time भी लगेगा बनाने में. It's going to take a lot of time for you to create because it is high quality content. And hence, इस hero content को, when you're planning your social media calendar, मतलब if you are a regular, a full-time content creator, तो आप हमेशा अपना social media calendar plan करते हो. Okay, it is not necessary to post every day. That is not what I am telling here. But जब भी आप post करते हैं या जब भी आपकी जितनी भी frequency है post करने की, so for example, you're posting every day. Let's consider you're posting every day. तो आप 7 दिन में, मतलब in a week, 7 times you're posting. Out of these 7 times, आप hero content शायद सिर्फ एक बार ही डाल पाओगे, क्योंकि उसको बनाने में आपको बहुत टाइम लगेगा. That is the highlight of your blog. That okay, this is something very unique that I do. इस तरीके का वीडियो सिर्फ मैं ही बनाती हूँ. So that is, this is something that people identify you with. आपके ऑडियंस आपको आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे इस चीज से. And you will also have a lot of awareness and engagement on this. So hero content is not something that will only have a lot of time and engagement. It is also something जो आपको बहुत ज़्यादा engagement और audience cater करता है. So your audience is going to recognize you and also follow you because of this content. Okay, so make sure that this content is very specific to you and very close to your niche also. Okay. The next one being hub content. Now, hub content is something जो आप regular तरीके में post करोगे. It is something that is engaging. आपका UI इससे improve होता है. आप constantly इसको post करते हो and इसको बनाने में आपको इतना time नहीं लगता. If you are editing it yourself या फिर आप कोई editor को hire करके भी इसको कर रहे हो, आपको इसको edit करने में इतना time नहीं लगता है जितना आपको hero content बनाने में करता है. But this is something that keeps your blog going. Okay, it is something that is constantly on your feed and out of 7 days in a week आप शायद इसको 4 या 5 बार post करोगे. उसके बाद आता है hygiene content. This is literally answering questions that people are looking for. There is a website where you can actually go and search what are people looking at, what are people talking about. बस इसको Google करने से, in the travel space, लोग कहाँ पे travel कर रहे हैं. So right now it is, we are coming to August, so people are traveling to Ladakh, Spiti, south of India. Northeast is a good time to travel. So somewhere where it is, generally to the north of India, a lot of people travel. So that is something जो बहुत लोग अपनी trips plan कर रहे होंगे इस जगह, मतलब इन जगहों पे. So you can just go and check कि लद्दाख के बारे में लोग क्या पूछ रहे हैं. Try and answer those questions in your videos. That helps people, identify. Now, अगर आप उनके सवालों का जवाब दे रहे हो, don't you think that they are going to follow you? It's natural, right? And you are catering, you are answering, you're delivering what your audience is asking for. Okay, so again, this is something, इसको बनाने में आपको इतना टाइम नहीं लगता. आप अपने ऑडियंस को केटर भी करते हो और इससे आपका एंगेजमेंट बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ता है. Again, any app that you're using, whatever application you're using, it builds the engagement through hub content and hygiene content. But hero content आपका engagement at a very wide scale boost करता है और आपका audience आपको उस हिसाब से जानता है. All right. I hope this is clear. I will talk about other types of content or कैसे हम videos बना सकते हैं. I'll just show you a few examples for this. And please tell me, I'm going to share another screen. If you can see it, give me a moment.
Not right now.
Yeah, sorry, just give me one moment.
Sure.
Okay, I don't know why I'm not able to see Safari.
Monika, I have the links with me. Do you want me to project and play them and you can talk through it? You're on mute.
That will be helpful, Saurabh. That's helpful.
Sure.
If you can do that, it'll be helpful.
So I'll just take one by one and just paste it and you can talk about it.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so we'll talk about short form videos first. Now, this is something I've taken examples from my own blog, and just to give you very clear examples. Saurabh, if you can also just turn on the volume, you have
Sure.
a volume button below, right?
Yeah.
Saurabh, you have to remove your earphones. We are not able to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think एक और बार click करना पड़ेगा वही volume button पे. Thank you.
Muted it again.
Lag hai.
Yeah. You want me to play the sound?
Yeah, that'll be helpful. One last time.
Shall I mute? Yeah.
So this is a reel that I created, which is a short form video content. So I'm just giving you examples for each content. It is something that is hardly 15 to 20 seconds and you're giving out information on it. It is not necessary कि आप हमेशा इसमें information निकालें. Sorry, you can also paste the other link. That's also fine.
Sure.
It's not necessary कि आप short form videos में हमेशा information डालें, but generally they're hardly to 15 to 20 seconds or, any kind of usually Travel Buddy also caters to short form video content and it finishes within 20 seconds, 25 seconds at the max. And it can be a cinematic video also, but generally the length of the video is only this much. Okay. The second one is long form video content, जो हम अभी देखेंगे. So it's okay, हमें ये पूरा वीडियो देखने की जरूरत नहीं है. But so if you see, ये video is for 3 minutes, okay? It's for 3 minutes and generally attention span of people, of course, if you go on YouTube, तो आपको वहाँ पे लंबा videos देखने को मिलेगा. You'll have vlogs, all of those kind of content also. But generally, if you're posting on apps, this would be considered as long form video content. या जो भी आप YouTube पे देखते हो, 8, 9 minutes, 12 minutes, there are half-an-hour vlogs also, and that would be considered under long-form video content. जहाँ पे आप एक story बता रहे हो या you have a whole agenda put into place. So this is a short video from Beer where I just recorded myself in an open mic and I just put it up. All right. Okay, we can go for the next one. Day vlogs. I think let's go for the next. मतलब इसके नीचे वाला जो हाँ. Thank you. So day vlogs are just again, different kind of content jahan pe you're just talking about your day, you're giving a personal touch. So yeah, we'll see this one.
All eyes on me. This is America.
Okay, So here, if you see, there are very small details where I have put in. Like, it's not necessary मैंने बहुत बार रोक के वीडियो रिकॉर्ड नहीं करा, but मैंने एक ही इंस्टेंस में बहुत सारी चीजें दिखा दी. So just like a small transition, I've put in a transition also of just like getting ready or, you know, off the road. So there are small transitions जो मैंने डाल दिए and showing very small details of a day in my life. So I'll tell you why this is important. जब भी आप थोड़ा सा personal touch लेके आते हो अपने blog में, again, not asking you to overshare your content or overshare your personal life on the internet. It is completely your choice. ये आपकी choice है आप कितना internet पे डालना चाहते हो. But giving a certain amount of information of your personal life just helps कि आपका audience आपसे connect कर पाए. So these are day vlogs, just an example of that. We can go ahead with the next one. Cinematic shots. Now, this is something that's very popular. Abhi iPhone has come up, and you know, there's so much cinematic shots that come into picture. We'll look at this one. Okay, so if you see in this video, the focus is only on me and everything behind me is blurred. So a lot of you have blurred your backgrounds also in the Zoom meeting, or like people like everybody from Travel Buddy has had like a different background behind. So this is something, ye tips and tricks hai, which you can, you know, work around with. And of course, ye phone, ye aapke phone mein, aapke camera mein ye feature hona chahiye, but this is a very popular method of just highlighting something very specific. Okay, somebody is talking about something. I don't know.
No.
Okay, so yeah, again, very specific object अगर आपको दिखाना है या आपका subject आपको दिखाना है, so cinematic videos are a great way to show it around. You can also work around with this when जब आप किसी brand collaboration के लिए shoot कर रहे हैं, when you want to blur everything around and just show aesthetics of the product itself. Okay. Informative content is the next one. Again, we're mainly talking about videos here. I don't wanna. Okay, so within 15 seconds, again, मैंने इसमें दो types of content को combine करा, short form video content also and informative content also. It's a very simple content. If anybody wants to come to Singapore, आपको क्या क्या चाहिए इन सारी चीजों पे आपको check होना चाहिए. And within one screenshot, so अगर कोई भी मेरी reel को pause करके एक screenshot ले ले, उनके पास सारे answers हैं. So you're putting in a lot of information within 15 to 20 seconds, and this works best. Okay, because आप ये भी चाहते हैं कि आपकी ऑडियंस भी आपके जैसे ट्रैवल करे. इफ दैट इज योर एम एंड इफ इट इज योर एम टू हेल्प पीपल ट्रैवल द वे दैट यू ट्रैवल, देन इट इज गुड टू गिव आउट इन्फॉर्मेशन. या तो आप लोकेशन का इन्फॉर्मेशन दे सकते हैं, वीजा अराइवल्स का, आप हाइकिंग कैसे करते हो, आप बाइसिकल पे कैसे जाते हो, आप कैरावानिंग कैसे करते हो, ऑल ऑफ दोज थिंग्स, देन यू कैन पुट आउट इन्फॉर्मेटिव कंटेंट. ओके, या नेक्स्ट वन. Descriptive. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So this is descriptive form of content जहाँ पे मैंने बहुत सारी चीजें लिखी हैं. So even if I'm giving, again, मैंने यहाँ पे दो चीजों को combine करा है, informative content and descriptive content, जहाँ पे मेरे वीडियो में काफी सारा description and lengthy lines हैं. So although मुझे बहुत सारा नहीं लिखना है, but within concise things, I just want to give out descriptive content. या तो ये आपके वीडियो पे हो सकता है या तो ये आपके कैप्शन में हो सकता है. सो अगर आप इसमें मेरा कैप्शन भी देखेंगे, देयर इज लॉट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन इन द कैप्शन आल्सो. सो जस्ट टू गिव यू एन आइडिया, दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू कैन आल्सो क्रिएट. ये भी आप बनाने का ट्राई कर सकते हो, जहां पे आप जनरली अपने वीडियो पे काफी सारा टेक्स्ट डालते हो. अगेन, just take care that आपका descriptive content आपके वीडियो कंटेंट को थोड़ा सा बैलेंस आउट करे. ऐसा नहीं कि आपकी जो बाकी की जितना भी वीडियो है वो blur out हो जाए. Alright. Okay, the last one.
I think this is the last one.
Yeah, just the captions have the power, is the last
Okay.
one. Looking at. Okay. Now, why I genuinely wanted to bring this into picture is because हम लोग अभी बहुत ज़्यादा video content पे focus करते हैं, but genuinely I'm telling you that captions make a lot of impact. अभी भी कुछ लोग हैं इस दुनिया में जो पढ़ना चाहते हैं, जो stories में विश्वास करते हैं, जो letters में विश्वास करते हैं, जो genuinely they want to read and understand what is going on. So this is a very good example that I put out. मैंने ये picture last year post करी थी and बहुत randomly ये picture मैंने Pangong Lake पे click करा था. This was like within 2 seconds मैंने ये picture click करा, but the caption that I wrote with it was how to travel on a budget. तो मैंने बहुत सारी, if you can just scroll down a little, Saurabh, on the caption मैंने कम से कम 7 या 8 points लिखे थे, and this particular picture actually got me a lot of followers, okay, on Instagram. So this is a good example जहाँ पे आपके captions भी work out करते हैं if you're giving out good information in your captions. तो please आप captions पे pictures पे give up ना करें, no matter how much ever apps or things are telling you to do this, it still has the power. And अगर आप interested हैं, अगर आप लिखना चाहते हैं, if you like writing, then do not give up on it and please write your captions. So if you see the number of likes on this picture and the number of saves on this picture through my insights were very huge, and मतलब likes और saves जितने भी हो, मुझे followers बहुत मिले थे इस picture से. Just with this picture, I got a lot of followers. Okay, so this is a different kinds of content. Saurabh, can I? हाँ, ठीक है. All right, I'll share my screen back. Great. Everybody can see it? Yeah.
Yes.
Great. So this is the different kinds of content that you can think of. बहुत सारी चीजें आप कर सकते हो. Moving on, editing. This is the force to everything. हम shoot तो बहुत कुछ कर लेते हैं, ठीक है, हम genuinely shoot बहुत कुछ कर देते हैं. अपना phone निकाल के shoot करना is very easy. It is very very simple to just go and record anything. But editing takes some time. उसमें मेहनत लगती है, उसमें काफी चीजें, हमें बहुत सारी चीजें करनी पड़ती हैं. The first step to editing is selecting your content type. What is the kind of content that you're trying to make? Are you going to make hero content? Are you making hub content? Are you making hygiene content? Amongst those things, what are you trying to do? Are you making short form? Is it going to be a descriptive video? What is the concept of the video that you're creating? Are you telling a story? Are you giving out information? Have you just been to a cafe and आपको सिर्फ वो cafe के बारे में बताना है? Are you just wanting to talk about the food? So what is the concept of the video? Okay, first decide that, have a storyline into place, and then select an app music or vice versa. Now, how I edit is मैं पहले music select करती हूँ, फिर अपने videos को उस पे align करती हूँ. Not everybody does it this way, and it is okay to not do it this way. आप हमेशा अपने videos के ऊपर अपना music भी add कर सकते हो. You edit your videos first and then you put your music onto it. जो भी आपको जिस तरीके से edit करना है, यहाँ पे कोई सही और गलत तरीका नहीं है. You can edit it in any kind of way that you want. Okay. Do you want to add any other audio to it? So a lot of, like, you see few reels or videos on YouTube also, where you see different kinds of sounds being added on top. So do you want to do something like that? It's like, for example, if you have a bird flying shot, do you want to add in some sounds of a bird? Or if you have like a transition shot, do you want to add in like maybe transition sound into it? Or if you have an eagle flying, do you want to add that? Do you want to add water droplets? Is there any sound or maybe a voiceover? आपको अपनी आवाज डालनी है उसमें. Is there something that you want to add to the sound to it? Honestly, this makes a lot of impact. So voiceover videos work really well. आप अपने audience को again एक personal touch भी देते हो, and your video quality becomes much more better. Just make sure कि आपका audio loud हो, clear हो, right? So you want to decide if you want to add in any other audio to it. The next one is editors to use. So a few of them are mobile editors. कुछ free है इसमें, कुछ paid भी है. I'll talk about each one of them. One very good app on mobile phone is InShot and VN Editor. Very, very simple for beginners. It works really good. again like VN editor में एक certain set types of templates हैं for captions to get put in. मतलब usually what I see VN editor पे लोग कैसे edit करते हैं कि वो अपना audio मतलब अपना text views पे डाल देते हैं, because वहाँ पे थोड़ी font styles are a little bit quirky, it is nice, so usually you can use text also from VN editor. In short, I personally like it for video editing, but I would rather go on a different application and add text on it. So if you ask me between InShot and VN Editor, I think VN Editor is a better application because वो आपको a good number of fonts भी दे देता है. Again, both of these applications are free, and however, you can take memberships for them. If you want to add in like some new transitions, आपको कुछ और paid applications चाहिए, paid sounds चाहिए, then you can always go through that. One more application that you can use is Epidemic Sound for adding sound to your audios. अगर आप एक YouTube video बना रहे हैं या एक long form content बना रहे हैं और आपको बिना copyright का, या फिर if you want to buy a sound, you can go to Epidemic Sound and buy it. Okay. Long form video content को edit करने के लिए I would suggest Power Director, Filmora out of these, or Filmer, Apple iMovie. All of these are good, very nice softwares. Power Director थोड़ा सा beginner friendly application है. I would suggest Apple iMovie if you have an iMac. I mean, if you have a Apple MacBook or an Apple product, तो फिर आप Apple iMovie से edit कर सकते हैं. It's a great application. However, if you do not have it, तो Power Director, Filmora and Filmer में से कोई भी आपको use कर सकते हो. I would suggest Power Director is slightly more on the beginner friendly side. Filmora would, I think Power Director and Filmora both are equal, but I would suggest Power Director slightly more. Again, this is based on my user interface. And Filmora is also pretty decent. Again, ये दोनों applications free नहीं है. You will have to pay for it, for a subscription for it, and then edit on it. But I would suggest taking the subscription only जब आप एक free application already use कर चुके हैं, या you have decent editing skills, या फिर अगर आपको सीखना है तो भी आप use कर सकते हैं. मतलब it's your choice, but you can always edit on a free app and then go ahead for a paid application or a paid membership. All right. All right. Now the next thing is, how should you edit your video? Make sure that within 3 seconds of your video starting, आपको immediately अपना audience का attention grasp करना है. For example, I posted this very recent video of find Bali in Singapore. So they're two different countries, but then I merged both of them, and I wanted to say that there is some place in Singapore which has the essence of Bali. So just thought of a quirky caption. It may be quirky to you, it may not be quirky to somebody else. It made sense to me, so then I put that up. But the reel did well, and it is doing well as well. So I just put in this caption of find the essence of Bali in Singapore. When Singapore is considered a place जहाँ पे इतना nature नहीं है, या it is not so green, there's a lot of buildings, तो generally आपको मतलब as green as Bali यहाँ पे नहीं मिलेगा. तो जहाँ पे इतने सारे लोग gardens ढूंढने की कोशिश करते हैं, या they're looking out for something like that, तो वो definitely वो reel देखेंगे. So stand out within 3 seconds, or like, the first reel that you saw was how to travel for free. These are the things that you can do for traveling for free. So within 3 to 5 seconds, हमने अपने audience का attention gain कर लिया. Okay, so make sure that that is done. Tell a story out of it. Either you're telling a story or you're giving out some kind of an information out of your video. Again, वो शायद छोटा भी हो सकता है, वो बड़ा भी हो सकता है. So for example, I saw the whole video of Radhika Nomas जब मैं paragliding सीखने की कोशिश कर रही थी. It was a 21-25 minute video, but मुझे वो information चाहिए थी, right? So no matter, even though it is a big video, वो इतना informative था, it kept on going, it kept me hooked to it, right? Because I wanted that information out of it. And like, it is so apt कि आप बीच-बीच में आके information दे रहे हो. अगर आपके aesthetic shots भी हैं, तो आप बीच-बीच में आके अपने instances दे रहे हो, आप अपनी information let out कर रहे हो. So tell a story, tell some kind of a concept. Again, it can be for any application, long form, short form, whatever you are doing with. Tell a story, tell a concept with your video. The third one is provide value, some kind of a value. या तो वो aesthetic value होना चाहिए या तो वो informative value होना चाहिए. I am not saying कि आपके सारे videos information से ही भरे होने चाहिए, वो जरूरी नहीं है. मैं aesthetic content भी post करती हूँ, but it should be pleasing to the eyes. And again, pleasing वो आपके लिए हो सकता है, किसी और के लिए नहीं हो सकता है, but generally it should be, you know, something that is just giving out value. And you know, you need not have to justify to everybody कि ये pleasing है कि नहीं है, but in your eyes it should provide value to your audience. Okay, the next one is engaging. Is it something that, you know, people are going to like, comment, either save it or share it with people? कुछ तो वो कर रहे होंगे इस आपके वीडियो देखने के बाद कि अरे ये देख, मैंने आज ये देखा, आप भी देखो, right? So there's some kind of an engagement in any form. क्या वो आपको follow कर रहे हैं, क्या वो like कर रहे हैं, क्या वो आपको बता रहे हैं, आपको message कर रहे हैं, क्या वो आपको email कर रहे हैं? Is it something that is engaging? Is there some kind of an engagement कि आप अपने वीडियो से ला रहे हो? So these are the things that you should keep in mind जब आप एक वीडियो edit कर रहे हैं. The last one is fast edits. So अगर आपने daily vlog वाला मेरा reel ध्यान से देखा होगा तो उसमें मैंने बहुत fast edits करे हैं. So fast edits is something which is very popular nowadays, and that is basically editing on every beat of the music. So tap tap tap, you edit on everything and you change the videos and everything. So there's a huge transition and lot of images and lot of videos that are going on. And fast edits makes it very, अगर वो सही से edit होता है ना, fast edits अगर सही से edit होते हैं, it's a brilliant video to actually put out. It is very, very engaging and it goes viral like crazy. So again, fast edits is something that आप consider कर सकते हैं. If that is your cup of tea, then this is also something that you can look forward to. All right. Okay. What to keep in mind if you're a travel influencer or a content creator? Add value to viewers' life. Of course, आपको अपने viewers को, अपने audience को answer करना है. You have to keep in touch with them. You also have to take care कि वो क्या चाहते हैं. So it is not, I'm not asking you to constantly make content जो आपके सिर्फ आपके viewers देखें, but आपको कहीं ना कहीं एक value addition उनकी life में लाना चाहिए, where either it is aesthetically pleasing or it is informative, some kind of, you know, information that you're giving out. Make the content interactive. So, you know, have a two-way conversation. You know, your content should have something. Maybe you're asking a question. Maybe you're asking them to comment down below. Ki, you know, in the caption, you're writing that, have you been to this place? Comment down below and tell me. Aap bhi mujhe bataiye, what was your experience? So today I posted a reel on, you know, posting a letter from Hikim in Spiti. So have you done this? This is what I asked. So, you know, people commented that, हाँ यार ये मैंने भी करा है, पता मेरा भी बहुत अच्छा experience था. So this is what you find on Travel Buddy also, where people are asking you and genuinely trying to interact with you, saying that, okay, you know, ये, this is something that I've also done, या मुझे भी ये experience करना है. So try and have a little bit of interaction with your audience. Personal touch for people to connect. So, yeah, so personal, again, like I'm again not asking you to overshare your life on the internet, but a little bit of personal touch on just your personal life. Okay, this is where I'm staying, this is how maybe I ate in the day, or this is where I'm going, I went for grocery runs today. It depends कि आप कितना डालना चाहते हो and किस level पे डालना चाहते हो. It's totally on you, but just so that बस उतना कि आपके audience आपको relate करें and वो आपकी story को जाने. So when I have somebody who is caravanning or who is, you know, who is riding a cycle all the way in India, अगर मैं जानूँ, मतलब if I don't know what you're trying to do, या आपके, maybe where did you think about this concept? When did you start thinking about caravanning? When did you start thinking about cycling? आपके, मतलब, you know, when did this thought come to you? Or how did you do it? I'm sure आपके कहीं ना कहीं through this process you will have some obstacles. It's not easy, right, to travel. कहीं ना कहीं कुछ obstacles आए होंगे, आपने उनको overcome कैसे करा? It is okay to share the lows also. It is okay to share bad days also on Instagram. It is normal and it is good. Your audience relates to you. आपके audience आपको connect करेंगे अगर आप उनको छोटी छोटी चीजें बताओगे. So no need to overshare, but just tell the right amount of things so that, you know, they know your story. So when people connect to me, मतलब जैसे a lot of people in Singapore tell me, oh, you know, I know you because of that digital nomad reel. Now you've become a digital nomad. So they remember me just with that word. So or they remember me through paragliding. Yeah, so a lot of people will connect you with specific points, and that's a good thing, right? Okay. Last one is don't forget to engage. So जब आप video post कर देते हो, people have commented, people have shared, they have messaged you, they have followed you. उन्होंने personally आपको बताया भी कि मैंने ये सब करा, पर आप उनको जवाब ही नहीं दे रहे हो, तो उसका कोई मतलब नहीं है. Okay, there is no use. You have to take out time. जब आप इतना टाइम अपने वीडियोस बनाने में, इतने वीडियोस एडिट करने में भी लगा रहे हो, so please take out time to engage with your audience also. Honestly, thankfully, I say this, I think I should be slightly proud about the fact, but मैं अपने हर मैसेज पे रिप्लाई करती हूँ. Either मतलब मैं जरूरी नहीं है कि मैं एक दिन में करूँ, but हाँ, within 2-3 days I will definitely do it, and I do engage with my audience. So it is important that you do this, and a lot of people come and tell me this कि अरे आपने time निकाला मुझे जवाब देने का. So that they remember it, and generally what influencers do जब वो बड़े हो जाते हैं ना, they don't remember all of these things. हम हर जने को याद नहीं रखेंगे, वो जरूरी नहीं है हर जने को याद रखना, बट जिस उनको बोलना हो कि थैंक यू फॉर सपोर्टिंग मी, थैंक यू फॉर बीइंग हियर, थैंक यू फॉर बीइंग अ पार्ट ऑफ द फैमिली, यू मेड मी स्माइल टुडे, दैट्स इनफ, दैट्स रियली इनफ. वो आपको याद रखेंगे चाहे आप उनको याद नहीं रखो, राइट? All right, I think that's about it. I was just reading the chat through, but that's the end of the presentation. And thank you so much for, again, being here, trusting me through the process. And I hope you have the next steps for editing your next video. And thank you so much, Saurabh, Parumita, to just have me here. It is a great pleasure. And, it's always nice. It's always so nice to, interact. And मतलब लोगों से मिलना मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है. And it's so nice to just have level 1, level 2 influencers, people from all around the globe here. And guys, you should, if you haven't downloaded Travel Buddy, it's something that you should do. It's a great place to actually meet influencers. And I think मैं अपने काफी connections Travel Buddy से in Singapore बना रही हूँ, which is great. I have made a lot of new friends in a new city. So it's a great platform, and you should definitely consider. Thank you. I'm getting a lot of claps, virtual claps. Thank you so much. So nice of you. If you have any feedback, suggestions for me, please feel free. Any questions also we can take up?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Monika. I think this was a fabulous session, and I myself was glued to it. I'm sure the others were also. So we can take 5 minutes of Q&A, and then we'll pass it to Paru to kind of, talk about the TIP program and do a, closure. Yeah. Any questions, people?
Thank you so much for joining me from different parts of the countries, guys. It means so much. Raj, I don't know where the caravanning guy is from, but
Danny,
like,
Danny from
Pawan, do you have any question? I think
जी. So
बताओ.
मेरा ये क्वेश्चन है कि यार अगर अपने को मतलब अपना प्रॉपर ऑडियंस ढूंढना हो, तो सबसे बड़ी बात तो मुझे ये लगती है कि प्रॉपर ऑडियंस कैसे ढूंढे हम लोग. क्योंकि मैं जब भी अपनी कुछ वीडियोस बनाता हूँ, कुछ वीडियोस ऐसे होते हैं जो कि मतलब चलते 1200 लोग भी देखते हैं, 1400 भी देखते हैं, 2000 भी देखते हैं. कुछ तो ऐसे मतलब जो 5000 6000 लोगों ने देखे हुए मेरे वीडियोस, बट कुछ एक ऐसे रहते हैं जो कि मतलब 100 क्रॉस करना ही मुश्किल हो जाता है. तो मतलब उस चीज में मेरे को समझ में नहीं आता है कि अभी भी मैंने कुछ वीडियोस डाले थे. इनफैक्ट जो कुछ लोगों के कमेंट्स जब मेरे पास आते हैं कि हमें इसके बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए, हमें उसके बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए, बट स्टिल वो वीडियोस नहीं चल पाते. तो मतलब प्रॉपर ऑडियंस को कैसे एंगेज करना, मेरे को ये नहीं समझ में आ रहा अभी तक. कुछ वीडियोस चलते हैं, कुछ नहीं भी चलते.
So I think, Pawan, it's okay. One thing that I've realized is कि आप अपनी वीडियोस को कभी डिलीट ना करें. ओके, कभी भी ना करें. इट विल वर्क लेटर. अगर आपका अभी नहीं चल रहा है तो वो हमेशा बाद में आके आपको काम आएगा. एंड इट्स ओके. सो देयर आर लॉट ऑफ रील्स और लॉट ऑफ वीडियोस जो हमारे नहीं चलते हैं. वो मेरे साथ भी आज भी इस स्टेज पे भी होता है. एंड हम एज कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स, हम कोई जॉब में नहीं है ना. फॉर इवन लाइक आई एम नॉट इन अ जॉब, राइट? ओके, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई डोंट वर्क फुल टाइम. तो मेरे लिए कोई ऐसा 6 मंथ वाला अप्रेजल तो नहीं है ना कि हाँ भाई 6 महीने बाद मेरा बॉस मेरे को आके बोलेगा कि चलो आपने 6 महीने इतना काम करा तो आपका अप्रेजल ये हुआ. हमारा अप्रेजल कौन सा है, हमारी प्रीवियस वाला वीडियो कैसा करा. सो विद इन 1 डे ही हमें अपना अप्रेजल पता चल जाता है. सो समटाइम्स दिस डिसहार्टनिंग टू अस जब हमारा नेक्स्ट वीडियो नहीं चलता है या हमारा नेक्स्ट वीडियो एकदम बहुत अच्छा चल जाता है, बट इट इज राइट द नेक्स्ट डे या राइट द नेक्स्ट वीडियो जो हमारा अप्रेजल डिसाइड कर लेता है, right? Because we are not somebody who is designing it for us, but just
जी
constantly answering for your audience or constantly creating content helps you a lot. And I think one thing that I would suggest is having consistency. तो अगर आप ब्रेक कर देते हो बीच में तो आपका engagement genuinely drop down हो जाता है. So
ओके
be disheartened अगर आपके ऑडियंस आपसे एंगेज नहीं कर रहे हैं. कुछ वीडियो 100 तक आएंगे, पर नेक्स्ट वाला वीडियो आपको 2000 5000 तक भी जाएगा, उसके बाद वाला 10,000 तक भी जाएगा. एंड जब आपका एक वीडियो 20,000 30,000 तक पहुंचेगा, तब आपका 100 वाला भी ऊपर आ जाएगा, बिकॉज पीपल आर गोइंग टू सी यू, राइट? So just keep that consistency and don't be disheartened. I'm sure it'll work out. I've been through that phase. I completely understand you, like completely.
ओके एंड जैसे आपने बताया कि एक जैसे राधिका नॉमलर का आप बता रहे थे, उनके वीडियोस में देखता हूँ, मतलब इतने ज्यादा इन्फॉर्मेशन होती है उनके वीडियोस में. एंड सीरियसली आई लव हर ऑल वीडियो. जो मतलब वो जो बैकग्राउंड में अपना ऑडियो देते हैं उसके बारे में मेरे को थोड़ा सा मतलब नॉलेज चाहिए था कि बैकग्राउंड में जो अपना खुद वो जैसे कुछ उन्होंने शूट किया, लेकिन मुझे उतना पता चल जाता है कि उन्होंने जो ऑडियो दिया वो अपने रूम में बैठ के उन्होंने रिकॉर्ड करके वो दिया. तो उसके अंदर
Right.
कभी कभी मैंने ट्राई किया है, लेकिन ना वो एक ऑडियो की क्वालिटी बन नहीं पाती है, और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि वीडियो से ज्यादा बेटर हमेशा ऑडियो काम करता है.
Correct.
ये मुझे
Yeah.
पर्सनली जी. तो
Yeah.
उसका कुछ आप बता सकते हो कि हम ऑडियो की क्वालिटी को कैसे सुधार सकते हैं?
So one way to increase the audio quality is investing in a good mic. आप एक कोई भी एक decent mic पे invest कर सकते हो, if that is something that helps you. और या फिर आप मतलब जो भी जैसे भी आप अफोर्ड कर सकते हो. इट डिपेंड्स. देयर आर माइक रेंजेस जो 700 से भी स्टार्ट होते हैं. इट गोज अप टू 20,000 आल्सो. जनरली रोड माइक्स आर कंसिडर्ड रियली गुड. अगर आपके पास कोई भी कैमरा इक्विपमेंट है, even if you have a phone, there is a Rode wireless mic that you can consider getting. एक normal सा collar mic होता है जो यहाँ पे आप लगा सकते हो. Have a wind
आई
cheater
हैव
on it.
आई
Okay.
थिंक आई हैव एक रोड का माइक है, वन वन दो बोया के माइक है, सॉरी, एक दो बोया के माइक है. माइक तो मेरे पास है, तो मतलब क्वालिटी है, लेकिन बट स्टिल वो ना मेरे को फील नहीं आ पाता. जब तक मुझे ऐसा रहता है, जब तक मुझे ना वीडियो में प्रॉपर खुद को मेरी वीडियो पसंद नहीं आती, तब तक मैं उसको पोस्ट नहीं करता. मेरे बहुत सारी ऐसी वीडियोस पड़ी है जो कि नहीं, मेरे को अभी तक फील नहीं आ रहा, आधा मैंने एडिट कर दिया, मेरे को अभी तक फील नहीं आ रहा. नहीं यार, जब तक मुझे मजा नहीं आएगा ना, तब तक ऑडियंस को मैं नहीं दिखाता कभी भी. तो एक ये थोड़ा सा इश्यू रहता है मुझे.
Ask you, Pawan. Sorry, I'm asking a counter question. How consistently are you posting? आप वीक में कितनी बार पोस्ट करते हो?
कभी कभी तो ये होता है कि मैं मतलब 2-3 दिन में पोस्ट करता हूँ. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि 15 से 20 दिन भी लग जाते हैं एक वीडियो को पोस्ट करने में. डिपेंड्स ऑन कि मुझे कांटेक्ट कितना मिलता है. क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ पे मैं वैसे बाइक राइडिंग का ज्यादा शौकीन हूँ. मेरे को बाइक लेके निकलने का बहुत ज्यादा शौक है. तो मेरे पास गोप्रो और एसजे कैम एंड इक्विपमेंट तो मैं ऑलमोस्ट सब कुछ मैंने रखा हुआ है अपने
अरे
पास. बट जी, तो लेकिन ये ना हो नहीं पाता कभी कभी के एक मोटिवेशन चाहिए होता है, जैसे कि
ओके. सो जब आप वो 15 दिन वाले वीडियो एडिट कर रहे हो, तो आप कॉन्स्टेंटली वो 15 दिन वाले वीडियो पे अपनी सारी मेहनत लगा रहे हो, राइट? बट आर यू पुटिंग इन एफर्ट इन ऑल्सो दैट काइंड ऑफ कॉन्टेंट जो आप छोटे छोटे टाइम में एडिट कर सकते हो? तो आपका वो जो 15 दिन वाला वीडियो है वो आपका हीरो कंटेंट है, राइट? जो आपको बहुत ज्यादा टाइम ले रहा है एडिट करने में. एंड समहाउ मतलब मुझे आपकी बात सुन के ऐसा लग रहा है दैट यू वांट योर ऑडियंस टू फील हाउ यू फेल्ट, राइट? हमें वही दिखाना है ना कि यार जब जब मैं बाइक राइड करता हूँ वैसे मुझे कैसा लगता है, वो मैं आपको दिखाना चाहता हूँ, राइट? दिस इज व्हाट
जी
यू वांट दैट एंटायर एक्सपीरियंस टू आइदर ट्रांसलेट इनटू इट, या फिर आपको वो इन्फॉर्मेशन के तरीके से चाहिए, जैसे भी जिस तरीके से भी आपको चाहिए, बट जनरली यू वांट द एक्सपीरियंस टू बी नाइस फॉर योर यूजर, राइट?
जी
अब आपको खुद ही मजा नहीं आ रहा तो आप पोस्ट नहीं कर रहे हो उसको. सो I mean, either you put in effort, तो आप अपनी editing skills थोड़ी tweak कर सकते हो. There are some nice, very nice, editing tutorials. एक Skillshare website है, that is something that you can consider. वहाँ पे बहुत सारे courses हैं, so you can go and take up courses. अगर आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि आप editing में कहीं पे lag कर रहे हो, and ये कमियां हम सब में होती है. Even I've taken up editing courses where आई फील कि हाँ यार ये वाली चीज मुझे नहीं आती, तो मैं जाके सीख लेती हूँ कहीं से, या मैं ऑडियो वाला चीज मुझे नहीं आती है. एंड हम सब वी कीप इवॉल्विंग, राइट? वी ऑलवेज कीप इवॉल्विंग आवर स्किल्स. तो अगर आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि आप सही तरीके से अपना ऑडियो नहीं डाल सकते हो, तो या तो आप उसको सर्च करो, या तो आप सही टाइमिंग पे अपना ऑडियो डालो. दैट क्रिएट्स दी user experience a little better. So like I was telling, like there was a bird flying or there are water droplets, तो उस टाइम पे मैं वो साउंड ऐड करूं ताकि यूजर का experience enhance हो पाए, right?
Yeah,
But
Monica,
don't stop.
we have quite a few other people wanting to ask questions, so I'll just act as the spoiler here. Vaibhav has a
Okay.
question.
Yeah, Vaibhav.
Yeah, hi. First of all, thanks for this amazing session. And my question is on fast edits, like the thing which you have explained. So I just want to know, like, generally I use VN for my mobile videos. So the thing is, like, while adding the sound, we have that part that we can sound, like we can flag the beats of that particular sound. But what issues I get is like how to download that sound, or like because if we are having some famous trending sound of Instagram, so what I do is I just record the screen, and from that I extract the video. So in that there is an like a time gap of 1 to 2 seconds, like while
Outside
recording.
also. Yeah.
So how can we overcome this? Like this is the major issue what I get.
Yeah, so one hack for that that I can help you with is that you share the video on your story and then save the video. तो वो directly video, however, इससे क्या होगा? One, मतलब मैं एक hack भी बता देती हूँ, और इसका मतलब there is one con to it also. One thing that you can do is, जो अगर आप ये Instagram से कर रहे हैं, तो you share that video on your story, save it from there. तो वो video directly आपका 15 second का आ जाएगा. So you will have a 15-second video, but उसके बाद का sound आपको नहीं मिलेगा. So again, one, sometimes what I do for this is, अगर मेरे को सिर्फ 15-20 सेकंड का एडिट करना है तो ये चल जाता है, पर अगर ये लंबा साउंड मेरे को एडिट करना है तो आई विल सर्च दैट वीडियो ऑन यूट्यूब. Okay, and copyright links, it is always there. Okay, it is just always there. मतलब मेरे साथ कभी ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि वो साउंड मुझे YouTube पे नहीं मिला. I copy the link of the YouTube video and download it with a YouTube to MP3 converter. तो जब आप स्क्रीन रिकॉर्डिंग करते हो ना, तब जैसे आपका अगर पंखा भी चल रहा है ना ऊपर, तो उसका भी साउंड आएगा. सो स्क्रीन रिकॉर्डिंग इज समथिंग दैट आई डू नॉट सजेस्ट. एक तो आपका एक एक्स्ट्रा स्टेप हो गया कि ठीक है, एक्स्ट्रा स्टेप तो आपका इसमें भी हो गया, बट एटलीस्ट आपका एक्स्ट्रा स्टेप का एक अलग से साउंड नहीं आ रहा. सो YouTube to MP3 you convert it online, download that sound and then use that sound. Okay, but make sure that you do not have any copyright issues on this. Again, if you are doing it for something, for an application जहाँ पे आप use sound कर सकते हो, again like Instagram, like Travel Buddy, then it is okay. But when you're doing this through YouTube, make sure that you do not have copyright issues. Otherwise, you can be sued. Okay, just take care of that.
Thank you.
Run out of time. So any other questions that you have, it's already 7:10. You can actually send it to Monika directly. Her Instagram handle, Monika, I think is Boots of Hitchhiker, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And you will get it on the top of the search the moment you type. So please reach out to her. I want to pass it in the end to Paru, who has painstakingly actually brought this travel influencer program to light on Travel Buddy, because honestly, the founders had no clue how to get started. So I think, I just want to pass it to her, and maybe Paru, you can just talk a bit about, the program and as well as, close it.
Yeah, thank you, Saurav. Thank you so much. Thank you. So the people who do not know me, mostly you guys know me, but jinko nahi pata, I am the creator manager Travel Buddy. And thank you, Monika. It was a lovely session. Initially, thoda technical glitch ho gaya, to I couldn't join in, but it was a lovely session. Thank you for that. And काफी सारे आपके लिए thank you आया है. So if you can see, thank you for the valuable time, Monika. It was a very helpful session. I'm a big fan of your content, so you got some really good fan following here. And definitely our level 1 influencers do have a lot of questions. So the people, level 1 influencers, you can actually, she's a level 2 influencer at Travel Buddy, and you can ask her questions directly. And, if you have anything about level 2 also, you can ask her directly. I will first of all would like to give a little shout out to all the audience that we had today, and my team who had been supporting me throughout. So thank you especially to my team, the audience who had been throughout, and also to the level 1 influencers. Thank you for joining in. I hope this session helped you to, a level up, and we can definitely, hopefully, see you soon at the level 2. And Monica will be there. Welcome you all. So
Yeah.
having said that, guys, it's over the time. It's 7:10, but I would still take 2 minutes before we sign off to say that to people who do not know what travel influencer program of Travel Buddy is, basically we are handpicking these creators. Whoever is into our Travel Buddy ka influencer program, they are kept in the watch list at least for from 7 days to 1 month, and their engagement is being seen, their content is being seen, the way they interact with people is being seen, and then once we are sure that they are quality creators, only then we onboard them. There are two kind of influencers, level 1 and level 2. Level 2 are the ones who already have, jinka already they're very good content creators, या फिर जिनके अच्छे numbers बाकी social media में है. There is another one, that is level 1. अगर आपके पास numbers नहीं है, let's say Pawan is a good content creator, उसके पास सब कुछ है, but for some reason algorithm doesn't always work in everyone's favor, right? तो आप शायद level 1 level 2 पे level 2 पे नहीं पहुंच पाते because of numbers, but you can always be in level 1. इस level 1 पे क्या होता है कि आप के पास passion है to become a content creator, you want to do this. So you come with us, you will have these sessions jahan pe, Monica just say creators who has learned, who has tried and tested and come and become successful, they will come and take sessions for you guys so that you can level up. And once you use these tricks and tips, you definitely gonna be in level 2. So there are certain conditions by which you can be promoted to level 2. So this is Mota Mata is the travel influencer program. So whoever is not in the program, they can get in touch with support@beatravelbuddy.com. We will soon going to automate it, this program, so you can join in. For the rest of you, thank you so much. And if level 1 influencer would like to stay back, let's have a meet and greet session. For the rest of you, it was a pleasure having you, and thank you again. So thank you, Monica. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, guys. It means a lot to just have you all here. Thank you so much. And please ping
Thank
me
you,
on
Monica.
Instagram or Travel Buddy. I will answer all of your questions for sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, and have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
I would like to take some time for the rest. Whoever is not a part of level 1 influencer can.
Sure. I love to chat up with the level 1 influencers also.
Okay.
I'm also
So
staying
everyone
back.
So everyone who is not level 1 can sign off, or otherwise, if you want to stay, feel free to stay. It's a very inclusive community. So yes. So guys, you can switch on your videos if you want to, and let's just have a quick session of chatting with level 1s. Hi Jagrati. Hi. I can see Ankit. I can see Jagrati. I can see Kalpita. Okay. So we have quite a few people, and अगर आपको कुछ भी पूछना है level 2 के बारे में, we have the founder himself here. Okay, so founder is here, so it's
I understand
very
I understand the product for influencer
Yeah.
program. I leave all the gyan to Paru. But yeah, if you
Yeah.
want to know anything about Travel Buddy and the product, and as well as any feedback, please let me know. And as well as wanted to take a photograph of everyone. So if everyone can come on the video, it will be really great, so that we can all take a nice photo.
Ankit is posing so cutely.
Okay. I think a
Hi,
couple of
Ankit.
people are not coming, but I am taking the collage anyway. Thank you.
That's
I've taken it.
okay. Okay, yeah.
Some people have questions.
Yeah, I think there were a few questions. So, now we can take them. And I think they were asked by level 1 only, Paru. Like
Yeah.
Aradhana had asked a question, as well as Jagriti. And I think another person had also asked. One question was on hashtags, Monica. So if you have the time, will be very interesting to know from you, what's your strategy on hashtags, if you have the time. won't push you.
Yeah, of course, of course. So honestly, hashtags is something that brings out a little bit of visibility. That's what we use it for. Uh, Considering there is a lot of, again, it's a hit or a miss, honestly, what I would say. So the right way to use hashtags is having probably, so I think what I used to do before is I used to just put in a lot of hashtags, okay, but it never worked for me. Then I realized that I would rather put in maybe just say 10, at the max 10 to 15 hashtags. Just say 2 or 3 would be having a reach for say 1 million or so. Then the next 2 or 3 should have a reach for around a few hundred thousands, and then the next one should just have for a thousands. So like it becomes a little specific for your audience to find you. So for example, you would put in hashtag solo traveling is fun. Not a lot of people use this hashtag, okay? So when you're looking at this, when people specifically type that hashtag, they would come to you. So आप बहुत specific hashtags use करो, at least 5 or 6 of them, which have only a few thousand reach. And again, like I always put in this hashtag boots of a hitchhiker. No matter what, मेरे को पता है वो नहीं चलता है. Honestly, I know this, it does not work, but I still put it. Someday somebody will find me. It's okay. So believe in your hashtags and just keep putting them. It is a visibility criteria. It is not something that will get you, a lot of followers. That is the harsh truth. But just manage your hashtags 10 to 15 a little bit and take care of the range. That's all.
Monika, can I add a point here from my
Yeah,
Facebook?
please.
41% of the total profiles found on Instagram are found via hashtags.
Really? But I mean, ठीक है, I would agree on, hashtag finding or things like that. But generally, I think algorithm keeps changing. ठीक है? तो वो वाला चीज एक है. So
algorithm just changed couple of days back.
हाँ, so जो आपका reach है ना, your reach will be defined more with saves or shares, but hashtags gives you visibility. That's what I'm talking about, the work of the criteria, work of the tool. So hashtag is to give you visibility and to push yourself. So वो आपको profile definitely, I mean, you will definitely find profiles through hashtags, that I completely agree. But if you want to push your content, then you put in a little bit of, specific content for your audience. That's the only thing I mean, right?
Okay, yeah.
There was
because
another question.
what is happening like since past 2-3 weeks is like earlier my video used to work well, but like the past 2-3 weeks it's not working. It's not even crossing 1,000. Earlier it used to cross at least 10,000. So I thought maybe now I don't know, like maybe I should use different hashtag, or maybe I don't know what's the new algorithm. So that's why I was asking.
I think you can always tweak around with your hashtags, Aradhna. That is something that you should do. Work around with your hashtags. मतलब वही same hashtags आप मत use करो. हर reel पे वो नहीं चलेंगे. So maybe you want to put in a hashtag which is specific to that content. Okay. And when you search for a hashtag, again, there are websites which also tell you for trending hashtags. But again, I would tell you to do a mix of hashtags. मतलब आप ऐसे मत करो कि सारे ही बहुत बड़े reach वाले hashtags मत डालो. When somebody looks for that hashtag, आपका video बहुत नीचे आएगा. Because जो बड़े reaches वाले हैं वो ऊपर आएंगे, right? Obviously. बट अगर आप कुछ 1,000 वाले हैशटैग यूज करोगे, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल सोलो ट्रैवलिंग इज फन का एग्जांपल मैंने दिया, ये बहुत लोग हैशटैग नहीं यूज करते, तो कोई ये हैशटैग टाइप करेगा तो आपका वीडियो ऊपर आएगा उसमें, राइट? सो दैट इज समथिंग दैट यू कैन वर्क अराउंड विद, एंड हर टाइम पे आपका अपना हैशटैग यूज करो. वन मोर थिंग दैट आई वुड सजेस्ट इज टैग द राइट people also. So you can tag maybe say Travel and Leisure India, yatra.com, any websites that you believe in, travel buddy का application. So when you find big engaging pages जो आपके content से relate करते हैं, उनको अगर आप tag करते हो तो that is, मतलब वो उनके tag list में आएगा, right? वो उनके notification में आएगा कि आपने उनको tag करा है, right? So मतलब अब मेरे लिए ये इतना वर्क नहीं करता, बट मैं आपको क्यों ये करने को बोल रही हूँ, बिकॉज मेरे लिए ये पहले वर्क करा था. ओके, अभी शायद मैं, आई मीन दिस इज समथिंग दैट आई थिंक नाउ दैट आई एम स्पीकिंग ऑफ इट, मुझे ये रियलाइज हो रहा है मैं ये कम करती हूँ, बट हाँ ये करना चाहिए. इट इज अ गुड थिंग टू डू बिकॉज यू पॉप अप इनटू अ डिफरेंट, इनटू अ बिगर ब्रांड्स पेज. ठीक है, उनको वो नोटिफिकेशन आता है कि आपने उनको टैग करा है. दैट वे. No problem.
Adarsh, you would really like her content. Do you want to convey it to her on your own?
Yeah, actually, like I'm a huge fan of your contents. Like I used to stalk your account and I used to like check your captions and all. Like really good. Like seriously, your captions are really good. I used to read all the big captions you give to her, and like contents are really good. Seriously, I'm a big fan. Like I never expected that I can talk to you like this.
Thank you. Thank you, Adarsh. I am so happy that you read my captions. I put in so much effort on my captions because I every time feel that, you know, people don't read captions because everybody has just lost attention span. And मेरे को बहुत बुरा लगता है ये जब मतलब लोग पढ़ते नहीं है ना. But as thank you so much for reading my captions. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really good captions. Like I used to check all your captions in your videos.
Thank you. Means a lot. Thank you for supporting. Thank you.
There's another question.
Monika, sorry.
Sorry,
Yeah,
there's another
sorry.
question, which is how much do you invest in making a video, editing and posting it on a daily and weekly basis? How much pressure do you feel to fulfill the demands of sponsors?
Okay. Out of the 2 years that I have been making content, I have invested 0 rupees, literally zero. But on basis of time, I think I have invested a lot more. So the way I want to look at it, या जिस तरीके से मैं अपने टाइम को या अपने ब्रांड्स के कोलैबोरेशंस को मतलब you know, if I feel time is money, okay, and in my full-time job with whatever X number of salary I used to earn, so if I divide that by the number of hours I'm working, मैं एक certain amount of पैसा एक घंटे में कमाती हूँ, right? So I always like to break it down that way, that this is the amount of money that I would require, या इतना मैं अगर constantly काम करती हूँ तो this is the amount of money that I should be paid per hour. Now this is the way I look at it. ये जरूरी नहीं है कि आप इस तरीके से उसको you know देखो. You would want X number of money in a month and I'm happy with it. That's also fine. But this is the way I look at it. तो उस हिसाब से अगर मैं अपना टाइम इन्वेस्टमेंट देखूं तो मैंने बहुत पैसा लगाया है. उस हिसाब से तो मैंने बहुत पैसा लगाया, पर जनरली मैंने नहीं लगाया. मतलब लाइक इफ आई हैव इन्वेस्टेड इनटू समथिंग देन जीरो. बट something that I have definitely invested in is workshops. मतलब मैंने बहुत सारी workshops ली हैं. I have taken so many workshops and it is very unrealistic for me genuinely कि मैं एक workshop ले रही हूँ. This is a very big step for me also, and I'm very happy that I have, like, you know, Travel Buddy has collaborated and we are making this happen, because I have taken a lot of workshops. because मेरे को हमेशा से you know, when we are you know budding influencers या हम जब उस लेवल पे होते हैं तब हम हमेशा अनश्योर होते हैं हमारे कंटेंट के बारे में. तो जब भी मैं अनश्योर थी मैंने हमेशा वर्कशॉप्स लिए हैं. So just to improve my skills, so that is the amount of money that I have put in for my content. Right? Is there something that I missed? The pressure part. There's a lot of pressure. There is genuinely a lot of pressure. Okay, it is there for everybody. It depends on how you handle it. इतना ज़्यादा pressure लेने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. आपके पास बहुत वक्त है. You have started it. You have taken the plunge. अभी तक बहुत सारे लोग सोच ही रहे हैं कि मैं एक पिक्चर डालूं. तो आपने already डाल चुके हो आप. You have already crossed that phase. And मुझे भी 2 साल लगे थे वो एक first picture post करने में. तो आपने already कर लिया है. You've already crossed that phase. And really congratulations to all of you. It is a big step. So once you have done that, you know that something is going on. There's something there. तो वो प्रेशर आपके ऊपर हमेशा रहेगा कि मेरे को कंटेंट पोस्ट करना है, मेरे को कंटेंट बनाना है. एंड isn't that pressure good? It's a good thing, right? To have some kind of pressure. आप कहीं से भी अपना साइड हसल बना रहे हो या कुछ भी कर रहे हो, it is a good thing to have pressure. To balance that pressure is something that you have to learn, right? आपके पास हमेशा डेडलाइंस होंगी. आप अपने 9 to 5 जॉब में क्या डेडलाइंस नहीं मीट करते हो? क्या करते हो ना? तो यहाँ पे भी करो. It's the same thing. Okay, just look at it that way and you'll feel better about it. Right?
हेलो मैम.
हाय.
हेलो. हाय, मैं धर्मिष्ठा हूँ और मैंने जस्ट रिसेंटली यूट्यूब चैनल चालू किया है. तो मुझे ना एक्चुअली बहुत सारे सवाल है, बट उसमें से कुछ ऐसा एक सवाल है कि जो फ्रिक्वेंटली डालने की जो बात है, तो मैं हर शुक्रवार को एक वीडियो डालती हूँ, तो दैट इज ओके. ट्रैवल व्लॉग है मेरा.
Yeah, absolutely. That's okay. So your audience knows कि आप सॉरी मेरी हिंदी थोड़ी पुअर है
कोई बात नहीं।
सो योर ऑडियंस नोज कि आप वीकली हर बार एक बार पोस्ट करते हो, सो दैट्स अ गुड थिंग। एंड यूट्यूब वीडियोस बनाने में बहुत टाइम लगता है, विच इज आई मीन आई थिंक इट्स कमेंडेबल कि आप एक हफ्ते में एक बार वीडियोस पोस्ट करते हो एंड आपकी कंसिस्टेंसी उतनी है। सो कुडोस टू यू ऑन दैट, इट इज ग्रेट। एंड डेफिनेटली आपका ऑडियंस एवरी whenever you're posting it, definitely your audience will come back and look forward कि हाँ आप इस टाइम पे वीडियोस पोस्ट करते हो, आपने इस हफ्ते में क्या अच्छा करा। So I'm glad that you're doing it.
और मैम एक और चीज था कि मुझे अभी तक ये समझ नहीं आ रहा है कि जो मैं शुक्रवार तो मैंने डिसाइड किया है, बट जो टाइमिंग होता है ना, जो सुबह का या दोपहर का या रात का, वो कौन सा मतलब ज्यादा अच्छा रहता है ट्रैवल ब्लॉग के लिए पोस्ट करने के लिए?
So वो आप अपनी insights से पता कर सकते हो। There are insights on YouTube and on usually different applications जिसके लिए भी आप वीडियो बना रहे हो, definitely insights से आपको पता चल सकता है कि बेस्ट टाइमिंग क्या है। आप ट्रायल एंड एरर करो इज समथिंग दैट आई वुड सजेस्ट। अगर आपकी इनसाइट्स बता रही हैं कि आपको 6 बजे पोस्ट करना चाहिए, तब ज्यादा ऑडियंस है आपके प्लेटफॉर्म पे, तब आप उसको 6 बजे ही पोस्ट करो। आप एक हफ्ते के लिए 6 बजे मतलब सिंस यू आर पोस्टिंग वीकली, आप 2-3 हफ्ते के लिए उसको 6 बजे पोस्ट करके देखो। अगर वो कम वर्क करता है तो फिर आप नेक्स्ट 3 हफ्ते नेक्स्ट बेस्ट टाइम पे पोस्ट करके देखो। सो यू ट्वीक अराउंड विद योर कॉन्टेंट। और शायद आप अपनी वीडियोज में बता भी सकते हो ये चीज कि अब मेरा नेक्स्ट वीडियो इस टाइम पे आएगा या इस टाइम पे लाइव होगा। आई एम श्योर अगर आप सिर्फ यूट्यूब पे हो तो यू विल हैव चैनल्स, लाइक आप ट्रैवल बडी पे होगे तो आप ट्रैवल बडी पे आके बता दो कि अब मेरा नेक्स्ट वीडियो इस टाइम पे आ रहा है। सो दैट इज समथिंग विच विल हैव योर ऑडियंस लुक फॉरवर्ड टू यू कि अच्छा अब इनका कॉन्टेंट आने वाला है। सो दैट्स समथिंग दैट यू कैन डू। तो आप थोड़े दिन 6 बजे पोस्ट करो, थोड़े हफ्ते। अगर आप अपना टाइम चेंज कर रहे हो तो आप अपने ऑडियंस को बताओ मैं अपना टाइम चेंज करने वाली हूँ, तो उनको याद रहेगा वो चीज, राइट?
जस्ट लास्ट क्वेश्चन मेरा, सॉरी, एक मतलब वीडियो ऐसा है ना, कभी मैं 5-6 मिनट या 7 मिनट 8 मिनट का बनाती थी, और एक था मेरा कश्मीर ग्रेट लेक्स का, तो वो 20-25 मिनट का हुआ। तो ऐसा है ना कि कुछ चल जाते हैं, 25-20 मिनट वाला भी चलता है, और 7 मिनट वाला अभी मैंने 2017 में वैली ऑफ फ्लावर्स किया था। तो वो तब मेरे पास कोई इतने गैजेट नहीं थे कि मैं कैमरा भी मतलब मोबाइल भी उतना अच्छा नहीं था कि मैं वीडियो बनाऊं, तो फोटोज लिए थे मैंने, उससे बनाया, और 2-3 वीडियो होंगे वो ज्यादा चला है मेरा। पूरे चैनल में सबसे ज्यादा फोटो से बना हुआ वीडियो ज्यादा चला है। और जो मैंने ब्लॉगिंग के लिए चालू किया, वैसे जैसे प्रॉपर मैंने शूट किया कश्मीर के लिए, वो नहीं चल रहा है। तो मतलब कैसे चल रहा है ये पूरा एल्गोरिदम, वो समझ नहीं पा रही हूँ मैं।
So
वो एल्गोरिथम सिर्फ मार्क जकरबर्ग और लैरी पेज और सर्जे ब्रिन को मालूम है,
हाँ जी,
और किसी को मालूम नहीं।
हम तो कोशिश करते करते थक चुके हैं।
But it's so nice. I'm so really happy to hear this कि आपका सिर्फ एक फोटोज से एक ब्लॉग काफी चल पड़ा, which is a good thing. So I think timing also matters. आपने किस मंथ में वो पोस्ट करा, शायद बहुत लोग उस टाइम पे वैली ऑफ फ्लावर्स का ट्रैक के बारे में ढूंढ रहे होंगे, तो आपका वो चलेगा वो वीडियो। बट डोंट वरी, आई एम श्योर जब आपका मतलब whenever you reach X number of subscribers, किसी को ग्रेट लेक्स के बारे में पता करना होगा, और that thing will come back. I'm telling you, just wait for it. It will definitely come back. मेरे बहुत पुराने वीडियोस अभी चल रहे हैं, पता नहीं कहाँ से चल रहे हैं, but there are people who are looking at it, right? तो लोग देखते हैं. Don't worry about it.
I think just like all good things must come to an end, we have done a 1.5 hour session. I think we'll have to end this. Yeah. But I'll just close this thing. Serious thank you from everyone, from me, from Paru, from the entire Travel Buddy team, and from the level 1, level 2 influencers and the users who joined today. It was a very informative session. This session is live available on YouTube, so you can go and see it again, as well as again ending with Travel Buddy. You can download it from Play Store and the App Store. Many of them would have done that already. And Monika is Boots of Hitchhiker on Instagram. So please reach out to her for any further questions. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely Saturday and Sunday, and looking forward to take this to the next level. Thank you, Monika.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Saurabh.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
Lovely. Thanks, Monika.